Hello, YouTube. I'm George, and this is the Happy Chronicles. So, I am a complete idiot. Seriously, like, I have no excuse. Okay, so e-bike Bob, as a Christmas present from last year, and probably the most wonderful Christmas present a person could ever get that's a total cyclist, actually a professional cyclist to a high degree, I have averaged a flat tire every 200 miles. Now, that seems like appropriate. That's actually pretty good, 200 miles, especially with these big fat tires, right? And, it's always been a rear tire. Knock on wood now. Now that I'm going to say all this, knock on the frickin' wood. I have changed, patched, and pretty much dealt with Fix-A-Flat, which Fix-A-Flat is shit. Don't use Fix-A-Flat, especially in these big tubes. The green slime, to a certain degree, works great. I use them in my road bikes and all my mountain bikes, the race bikes, such like that. But even that has its limitations. The great thing about the green slime is if you do get a hole that's large and the protrusion item doesn't stay in the tire, because that's a key factor. If you got the thing stuck in the tire, the sealant will go around it. But if it's pushed out or the pressure goes down too low, of course, it's going to unbead and you're on the side of the road. So one of the things I did when I was racing in particular was way back in the day, I made duct tape, yes, duct tape, inner liners. And, to a high degree, they worked well. I mean, extraordinarily well, right? So, then Mr. Tuffy, the baddest ass, tube liner, tire liner, came out. And man, I ran those when I was 12 years old in my 10-speed. I rode, Jesus, I don't know how many miles were on that bike. I hardly ever got a flat tire, front and rear, right? No problem, okay? So, in my infinite wisdom, I'm an old guy. The older you get, you think the smarter. With age comes wisdom. I beg to differ, because I have been fixing this flat tire. It's got like 10 patches, between the rotation of tubes I've been using. And the last one actually got a tiny little hole right next to another tiny little patch. You can't patch over a patch, so I had to buy a new tube. Bummer. So I came to the conclusion I could go shopping for badass tires, of which, when these tires do wear out, the bike's got 2,000 miles on it. The tires are still showing little wear. And even the protrusions, the holes have been, tiny little, entries. And you just put a little duct tape on the inside. That's an old trick too. Put a little duct tape on the inside of that hole so that the tube won't pinch. I know, some of you are going to say you're an idiot. I am an idiot. Hence the title of this video. I am an idiot. So, I came to the conclusion that tire liners were probably in my best interest. Now, I am one that just doesn't, and I'm not satisfied with the thing you buy off the shelf. So what I did was I customized my tire liner. I took the old school knowledge of duct tape, and I don't use any duct tape. It's the industrial strength duct tape. It's that trucker's tape. It's that green, and it comes in the width that you need, because this is a 4-inch wide, actually about 3 inches of area on the ground. And I got the liner, and it's got 4 layers, yes, 4 layers. 2 on the outside, you got the liner in, and then you got 2 on the inside. On this tire and tube combo, it works really well. It actually, believe it or not, firmed up these fat tires. Kind of ride a little bouncy. It actually firmed up the back tire. It rides like a Michelin Sport now. A little bit better on the battery, because you can run a little harder. And we're going to see. We're going to see. If I can run, my goal is 1,000 miles. By that time, I'll probably need a new tire. Maybe. So, if you're an idiot like me, and you haven't come to the idea of putting a tube liner, and if you want to customize it like I did, which hopefully will make it even better, firmer, less field repair, three field repairs. You know, these things aren't easy to fix. You gotta flip it. You gotta. It's nuts instead of a skewer. No quick release. You gotta cut the zip ties that hold all the wires and everything to the frame. You gotta release the power, and then you gotta make sure that you get that disc. That rotor goes into the brakes right, and you're not getting the squeaking. It's gotta be it's gotta be perfect. When you're at the shop, it's fine, but out in the field, man, it's just kind of an emergency repair, and you hope that you're gonna get home. So, what can I say? Once again, I'm an idiot. Hopefully, an idiot that has learned and is going to make everybody else's life a little better by being the idiot that you may or may not be. So, this is kind of an educational on Georgie being stupid. Yes! With a great background shot of San Francisco, if you can see that. Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful day here on the San Francisco Bay in California. I know, California, crazy place. Nice place to visit. Living here, on the other hand, well, you're an idiot like me. Anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And I hope I helped you in some way by being an idiot. Peace.